and goes down.
It's all happening.
The one thing that we told these guys that you were coming along, and like literally so many questions, the most we've got.
Nice.
Look, people want to just...
I love a good question.
They want to know so many things, so we're going to try and fire through. We'll get through as many as we can, guys. So let's take a look. We've got one here from Andrea. What is the best thing about being on Broadway? Obviously, it's a dream of yours, and living in New York.
Yeah, dream come true. You know, what I love about New York is I really enjoy the walking, you know, not sitting in LA traffic. It's so nice. Like, it's a 15-minute walk to the theater for me. I take a different avenue every day, find new little restaurants, and... you know, I've just been really on my health, too. You know, I've lost like 10 pounds since I started doing the show, which has been good. I've been swimming every day.
How have you done that? Like, what's been...
Since I turned 30 this year, I've really been trying just to be happy in the moment. And, you know, at the moment, I'm focused on doing the best I can every night on Broadway, taking good care of my voice and being in the best shape as much as I can, and then also on the wedding. So that's kind of the chapter I'm at right now. BC and I are also writing our second record during the day. So that's really where I'm at. You know, this kind of came up last minute. They flew me out last minute yesterday, and you know, it's nice to be back, but I have no kind of plans or thoughts of what lies ahead just yet.
All right, man. Well, look, we hope one day to maybe see you back in the ballroom. Thank you so much for coming up,
man.
Mark.
Thank you, man.
We missed you here at All Access.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
And we're going to give you now a chance to step out and go and say hi.
Bye, guys. Love to see you. See you next time. If you're in New York, come out and see it.
And yes, if you go to New York, you have to see this man, Mark Ballas and Jersey Boys. Thank you, Mark, for coming along. And thank you guys for sending in your great questions, man. Some really great questions there. If you've got anything you want to say at DWTS, All Access is the place to find us. And look, it is a family. It's great to see him back, isn't it? Great to see him back in the ballroom. He made no commitment then to whether or not he'd ever get back on the ballroom floor, but we hope one day that he would do it again, because he is creatively, one of the best.
Isn't he one of the best? Yeah. You know when you're going to get a Mark Ballas performance that it is going to be of a certain standard, and it's going to knock your socks off, because what he doesn't do is boring, and he's a fantastic friend, and he'll always be family to Dancing with the Stars, no matter in what capacity, you know. I love him. We've been friends for 12 years. Can you get that?
Unbelievable.
And we're getting married, you know, we're both engaged now. It's great growing up with these people, and you know, they're your family, and we both ended up living in LA despite being like British little kids. It's just great.
It's the home of so many accents, this show, isn't it? People always say that to me. It's like the nationalities. We got pretty much everyone here is represented. And you're right, look, he was talking about this being a chapter in his life. Right now he's doing Broadway, he's about to get married, and as you say, you got these friends and you go through these chapters and you experience it with them. You know, he was saying how nervous and how much he was feeling it when he first walked out into Jersey Boys, you know, and I'm sure you probably remember the first time you took the stage on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my gosh, I do.
Oh my gosh, I want to do a good job. I love this show. This is my dream job.
Yeah, exactly. I nearly fell over. I was so nervous, and then you get used to it. But I mean, this is what he's born to do. We both, this is our world. But for him being on stage doing Jersey Boys, we performed in West End together all the time on these shows. So Mark is no stranger to this, but still, if you're playing the lead on Broadway, Frankie Valli, and you're the lead, you know, that's a huge sing for him too. Like, I'm so proud.
Yeah, there's a huge ask as your very first Broadway play.
Oh my gosh, it's massive. Yeah, and it's his Broadway debut.
He can handle the pressure, and he can certainly handle, I guess, the live aspect of performing for an audience. We hope one day to see him back down there. Right now, though, to get back into the second challenge of the night, which is the big All-Star Team Challenge.
Yes.
Right now, we've got Calvin and we've got James paired together. Now, these guys are great sports, both jokers. We've got some footage of them having some fun. Can we roll that now just to give you a sense of what we're about to see?
Okay.
It's like bringing the juggernauts together.
I was a big Megatron fan. I'm a bigger Calvin Johnson Jr. fan.
James is a great guy. He's witty. I love the fact that he's a race car driver. I wish I could drive fast myself.
We are competitors, but at the same time, being paired up together, I think we just try to make each other better.
Yeah, we kind of see eye to eye.
That's so fun.
You gotta love it, right?
I love that.
Yeah, and I think that really, we wanted to show you that because it really sums up the fun that these two have.
Yeah.
We're at week 9, there's a real camaraderie, and now we're going to see these two. Look, Tom is pretending to cry
into his tie.
And look, I think that everyone in this room right now is smiling. We love these two characters. and we're about to see what they're going to do together.
Yeah.
Very soon when we come back from our break, the two of them are going to dance together without pros for one portion of the dance.
Yes.
It's going to be Calvin and James kind of dancing together. What are the big challenges besides the obvious ones here of this team dance?
So they don't, obviously, you know, everybody's at home thinking, obviously it's quite clear, they have no pros there. So you have to know the music, you have to be in sync with the other one, because if one of them goes wrong, and this is any team dance, if one of the celebrities goes wrong, the other one has a choice. Do I continue correctly, or do I follow them? Or do they second guess themselves? You know, there's a lot of, like, when you don't have the structure of a partner like a professional there to guide you, everything gets a little bit shaky. And I've seen it happen in rehearsals where one's second guessed and the other one's followed them because they've just assumed that they would know more than they would. Oh, and it can really domino.
I wouldn't want to, you know, step away, or for you to step away, and for us not to, you know, to be doing it by ourselves right here, right now.
So that would have been single. I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm stepping away. It's not what I want.
It would be single-handedly, for sure, the most choreographed, most rehearsed thing for all the celebrities this week would have been their solo, their 30-second required solo in the middle of their team dance, because it has to be good. You know, we can't have a great team dance and then the second that the pros leave, it kind of be just a bit boring, fall flat.
Well, if you were a pro, how do you put that piece together? Do you kind of go, he's really good at X, Y, Z, I'm going to kind of push him in that area and make him do that, because I know that he's confident in that space?
You know what? I would do that. I would collaborate with my partnering pro, and we would talk about what they look best at doing, what fits the music, and also they have to have that character together, you know. So if we don't acknowledge our partner during the dance, it looks a bit boring. So they have to dance together. So it's not just like they're dancing side by side separately. They're now using each other as partners. And I always go back to last season, we had Niall dance with, and you know what? I'm going to be really embarrassing. I'm not sure who it was that Niall danced with, but they danced together and it was brilliant. I can't remember, and I always remember that because it was a tango, and oh my god! But they danced together.
I think it was maybe
separately.
Antonio. It was male on male. I remember.
It was male on male.
I mean, there's
it
so
might have
many.
Been Antonio Brown.
Yeah. Well, there were so many incredible contestants that we have every single season.
Yeah.
It's okay not to remember every single dance.
Well, yeah.
But I know that what you mean. I remember the energy of that dance.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, and I think
brought the house down. Bruno particularly loved it.
As you go and as you get closer, there are certain moments that you can have in your kind of quest to win the Mirable. Without question, the freestyle at the end.
Yeah.
That's what so many people say. That's what wins or sometimes can lose you the Mirable.
Yeah,
this is a kind of mini freestyle. It's like a little 30-second moment where, hey, what you got?
Yeah, put everything in, put the kitchen sink in, and I think that's what most people have done. The creatives, if you've noticed, you will notice, the creatives for all different teams are different. So we've got a Western style one, we've got a very disco Broadway one, and then we've got a really beautiful, serious sort of like, you know, they're dancing to Sia, so it's very, you know, Sia type, you know, Sia serious.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of something for everyone, a little bit of serious, a little bit of full-on dancing, and then a little bit of humor as well. And definitely this next one that we're going to see right now with the boys, our boys, James and Calvin, is going to be a bit of that humor. Because, I mean, they're funny guys,
They're calling them Team Last Man Standing,
and
because, of course, they are the two last men standing in this competition.
They certainly are.
And look, they're right at the top of that leaderboard as well.
They should be proud. They've never danced before, and they're right at the top of the leaderboard. So.
I know, and I think that shows there's a lot of support and a lot of people kind of giving them some love, because they're like, yeah, we get this is so far out of your comfort zone. But now they are going to take on one more challenge that is a real reach, which is they're going to dance together for the first time without their pros. So let's see how they do. Team Last Man Standing, what do we think?
I want you to tell me which cowboy you think would be the last one standing. So obviously James has just come out of the saloon and he's just robbed the bank. And I reckon that Calvin was going to go and rob the bank. And Calvin is pretty mad right now. So I reckon this is the impetus for this entire dance. And it's Paso Doble, yes.
Oh, yes.
So we want to see them shapes.
Okay, so we've got Calvin actually, I think, he's the sheriff. He's got the badge on. So I think it's good versus evil. He's trying to take James down.
He wasn't trying to rob a bank, he was trying to save it.
He's trying to take him down.
Those arms are very in sync. So far, this looks to be very clean.
Wow, this looks so good.
Yes. It's really well choreographed by the girls, and I know obviously Shana had good creative input in this as well. and I think it's choreographed really well. But I love a group paso, and it really is the nasty cowboy against the sheriff.
And you can really hear behind me the noise. Everyone is screaming and clapping and really getting into this.
Look at those eyes. We just saw some great eye choreography.
Here we
from
go.
James. And this is the solo. And they've very cleverly incorporated the use of capes, which is easier to choreograph with because you can just make the capes look very similar. Oh, and I love this. We do a really nice little section with their knees now. And you can see Lindsay standing off stage, screaming at them at the timing. And that's what most of the pros are going to be doing, is they're going to be screaming at their celebrities.
This is so good.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I think this is a really wicked team dance.
You cannot not be smiling right now if you're watching the main show.
Well, it really is. It's Calvin versus James. And I think in particular, James is looking really strong at the moment. I think he just has that performance edge over Calvin, but then I think sometimes Calvin has the breath and the lines. Oh, and none of them get the money because guess what? The girls get it. I love it. I love it. Woo-woo! I'm loving that dance.
Let's take a look at some of those cameras. My goodness, everyone's going crazy here. You can see.
I love that.
Just when they finished, the two girls left out of camera and they gave themselves both a big high five as if to say we nailed it.
Yes.
And I really think that they're going to be super happy with that, right? I mean, they killed it.
They did really well. I thought that was way better than the dress run. I know we